So today's segment, we're going to go over meeting your goals. My name is Ty Smith. I'm Director of Coaching at Columbus Express Soccer Club in Columbus, Indiana. Three things we're going to go over today: sacrifices, choices, and goals. So just a definition, a sacrifice is an act of giving up something valued for something else regarded as important or worthy. A choice is an act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. So what do you choose? And a goal is the object of a person's ambition and aim or desired result. So a goal is something we want to accomplish, achieve, or reach. So some examples of some sacrifices, choices, and goals. A good sacrifice would be giving up drinking soda, getting to sleep earlier, less screen time, more time with the ball, less time with the Xbox. A choice could be eating healthier, going to training over sleepover, playing in the backyard, or being around people that want to improve. And a goal could be, I want to improve my mile run by a minute, or I want to make the orange team next year, which is the top team at Columbus Express, or I want to score a goal with my left foot or work every day on my passing. So what do these three things have in common? So sacrifices, choices, and goals are all interrelated, but they're not exactly the same thing. But in our opinion, a sacrifice and a choice can help you reach a goal. So it help you focus on what matters to reach your goal. So the question we're going to ask you: what if you focused on your goal for 20 minutes a day? So whatever your goal may be, maybe you want to become a better reader, maybe you want to become a better juggler, maybe you want to be, if you're my wife, you want to have the nicest yard in the neighborhood. So what if you focused on your goal for 20 minutes a day? So let's just say our goal is I want to improve my dribbling and my touch. So a sacrifice I could make is I'm going to wake up 20 minutes early every morning, and during those 20 minutes I'm choosing to spend working with the ball, getting as many touches on the ball. And the goal, I want to improve my dribbling, so at least I'm sacrificing, I'm choosing activities, giving up some sleep, choosing to spend 20 minutes with the ball to improve my dribbling. Okay, so if we look at this, 20 minutes a day for 7 days in a year, you got an extra 121 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, if you did that for 2 years, you double that. If you do it for 3 years, you get 365 hours extra. So if you are a Columbus Express player, you already get close to 110 training sessions a year. If you train 20 minutes a day, you'd have gotten 81 extra training sessions a year, 162 extra training sessions a year, or 243 extra training sessions in 3 years. So the question we're going to ask: are our choices getting us closer to our goals? So I'm going to show you a slide, and it's got a lot of things you guys like to do and a lot of things you probably don't like to do. So we can see Fortnite on there, some doing chores, some playing, some running, some candy, some dude smashing Cheetos on the couch. It looks like a meal from Freddy's with the milkshake and cheeseburger, and then some vegetables. So what are we choosing to give up? What are we sacrificing to reach our goals? If our goals are, hey, I want to be a competitive candy eater, then I probably need to stick on eating candy a lot. If I want to be a professional Fortnite player, I probably need to sacrifice some time doing other things, and I need to be on the sticks. But if I want to be a professional soccer player, I'm probably going to have to be aligned with eating healthier, spending more time drinking water, studying a little bit more to reach those goals. So Brandi Chastain has a quote: "I don't feel I sacrificed anything. I made the choices I did to play soccer and become a member of the U.S. women's national team because I loved it. I know everything I did led me to a path today. I'm very satisfied with that path." Bart Connor, an Olympian, he said, I never saw any of it as a sacrifice, just choices. So I never felt I was missing something, only that I chose something else. So we've gone over the choices, we've gone over sacrifices, we've gone over the definitions of goals, but let's talk about timelines and types of goals that we have. So our timelines, we've got daily goals, short-term goals, and long-term goals. And our goal types, we have process goals, some performance goals, and some outcome goals. So we'll go into those a little bit more. Again, your types of timelines, your daily, your short-term, and long-term. Your daily goals are small goals that help you focus and accomplish things on a daily basis. So daily goals add up to short-term goals. So if you have a long-term goal of reading the Harry Potter series, maybe your daily goal is I'm going to read a chapter a day to finish the book series. Again, if you want to improve, your long-term goal is I want to be able to be as good with my left foot as I am with my right foot, and I'm going to have to do 10 minutes of dribbling with my left foot every night before bed as my daily goal. And if I want to be a faster runner, if I want to be the fastest kid in the club, I'm going to have to run as fast as possible during sprints at practice on daily, or running as fast as possible during sprints with Coach Kareem. Okay, so short-term goals. They're goals typically set up for a shorter period of time, maybe a weekend or a month or a season. If I want to be I might want to be the most productive player on the team during the tournament. So that's a weekend goal. Maybe a short-term goal could be I want to have 5 shutouts this season. So I want to remember to put my name on every assignment this semester at school. Some of you guys, I guarantee, for as much stuff as you guys forget at the fields, I guarantee you forget to put your name on your paper at school. And short-term goals jump into long-term goals. So goals that focus on a longer period of time, such as a year or more. So your daily goals could be I want to lift weights and run. My short-term goals, I want to score 10 goals in my first season. And my long-term goal, I want to be the high school career scoring leader. Some examples could be improving juggling record by 100 by the end of 2019, which this presentation was shown in 2018. You're going to make the varsity soccer team as a freshman. A long-term goal could be I want to get into an Ivy League school, so one that has a very high academic standard. What am I doing to reach that long-term goal? Okay, so let's get into the types of goals. We have our process goals, our performance goals, and our outcome goals. Process goals are smaller goals that are connected to specific skills, both physical and mental. They're building blocks for the outcome goal. So process goals build into outcome goals, just as daily goals build into short-term goals. So a process goal, I want to arrive at training early to get extra touches. I want to do my homework during my free time at school so I have more time after school to do whatever I want. I want to get up every morning to get 50 right and 50 left foot passes off the wall before school. I want to take 10 free kicks after every practice. So performance goals are slightly bigger goals with specific stats that can improve performance. So the big thing with performance goals is can we keep track? Can we keep track of this to see our progress so we can see our improvement? There's going to be days where, hey, we improve more than we did the day before. There's going to be days where we're probably the same as we were the day before, maybe a little bit worse, but it's good to write these things down and keep track of them so that you can see the progress over time. Because you may not see it from day to day, but you may see it week to week or month to month. So maybe a performance goal could be, can I connect 90% of my passes? Can I improve my 10 by 100 time by 20 seconds this year? Or get 100 juggles, or be at practice 100% of the time, or have 100% of attendance at express events. And then our outcome goals. These are the largest goals related to winning or losing a specific competition. Okay, so winning the state cup, or making the National League, or beating the fictional South team next season, or you want to win this Express Foot Golf Invitational. Which, sorry kids, if I'm playing in that, I'm probably going to win it. But did you reach your goal? It's pretty obvious if you reached if you were able to reach your goal or not. If you did, yes, then we need to set a higher goal next time. So let's raise the bar. Let's keep going after it. If you didn't reach your goal, learn and improve from the process. So just like in soccer, you guys are trying to reach your goal. There's defenders in the way. There's obstacles in the way. There's things trying to derail you. There's distractions. Okay. A meme picture I always see is kind of your plan. You think it's going to be a straight shot to the finish line. It's going to be easy. There's not going to be anything in the way. But in reality, this bottom picture is there's a lot of stuff in the way. Right now, we have a huge obstacle that we can let derail us, or we could use to our advantage, and that's being quarantined. You have all this free time to work on what you need to and focus on your goals, or you can let it derail you and you can make excuses and not be better from it. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know how to say his last name. I apologize. But when a goal matters enough to a person, that person will find a way to accomplish what at first seemed impossible. Nito Quaben. Couple scenarios let's go over. So Gail and the dance. Gail is the senior star goalkeeper for her high school varsity team. Her team is playing in the sectional championship against their bitter rivals on Saturday morning. Gail has set a long-term goal of winning the sectional. Gail's homecoming dance is Friday night. Gail was asked to dance by the boy that she really, really likes. Gail wants to go to the dance, but knows that the dance will cause her to be home late, and she needs to be prepared for her game for Saturday morning. What should Gail do? Okay, so think about what Gail could do. Think about her goals. Think about some of the obstacles or some of the distractions that keep her from her goals. Right now, this is where, if you guys were around, we would have discussion and talk about some of the scenarios that Gail should do. So some of the things that Gail could do. Gail could say, you know what, I'm going to the dance, which probably isn't the best option for her to winning the sectional of her long-term goal. Or Gail could go to the other extreme and say, no, I'm not going to the dance, I'm staying home. Maybe she has a compromise, says, hey, I'll go to the dance for an hour, I'm going to be home before curfew, and still be prepared for her game Saturday morning. So 3 choices that Gail has to make. She's going to have to make a sacrifice or a compromise in any of those to be able to reach her goal, or be ready to reach her goal. So let's talk about Ben. Ben, he's age 11. He has the long-term goal of making it into the top team for his age group. To do this, he needs to have a solid all-around game. He's a really strong defender, but he's not as fast as his teammates. Also, when Ben gets into a scoring opportunity, he gets really nervous and he passes it to another player instead of shooting. What goals should he set for this soccer season to give himself the best chance of being chosen? So, what I'm going to ask you to do in your notebooks, and you'll keep these answers, but I want you to think about Ben's plan. He's a defender. He's pretty decent. He's not real fast. He gets nervous in front of net, but he wants to be on the top team next year. So, what goals should he set to give himself the best chance? So, what are some daily goals Ben could set? What are some short-term goals he could set? Should Ben talk to his coach about his long-term goal? Why or why not? Is it possible for a team to have excellent teamwork and still not reach its potential? And should Ben be concerned about whether his current team wins or loses? Why or why not? I'll let you guys think about some of these questions, but one thing that I will address is, should he talk to his coach about his long-term goal? Why or why not? Absolutely. He should absolutely talk to his coach, because his coach has knowledge, his coach has experience with some of these situations, and is going to be there to help Ben. Okay? For the fourth question, is it possible for a team to have excellent teamwork and still not reach its potential? Absolutely. All right, it happens all the time. There's teams that have great seasons, but they may get derailed with an injury, or may run into better competition. But it is definitely possible for a team to have excellent teamwork. And the last one, should Ben be concerned about whether his current team wins or loses? Why or why not? I'll leave that one up to you guys to decide, and we can chat about it later. Susie's a 7th grader, and she wants to play soccer in college. Her teammates don't share her goal, as they often skip the speed power functional sessions and goof off during drills when coach isn't watching. Susie doesn't want to lose their friendship, but she also doesn't want to lose sight of her long-term goal. What should Susie do? Susie is a depressed-looking teen over here. Should Susie talk to her friends about her long-term goal? Should Susie talk to her coach about her long-term goal? You should know the answer to that. And what short-term goals could Susie make on her own to make her game stronger? Again, in your notebook, if you have to pause the video. In your notebook, write your answers down to these questions. Should Susie talk to her friends about her long-term goal? In my opinion, yes, she should share her goal with her friends. If they're her friends, they'll realize, hey, they want what's best for Susie, and try to help her accomplish that, and will likely change their attitudes towards improving the way they behave at practice and at speed, power, and functional training. Again, we've talked about, should Susie talk to her coach about her long-term goal? Yes, absolutely. And what short-term goals could Susie make on her own to make her game stronger? I'll let you guys answer that on your own. So let's talk about dreaming, or, we all have our goal. We have to visualize it. We have to think about it. So let's talk about a tool that you guys can use to really, really help yourselves out. Visualization. So preparation and visualization can greatly help you reach some of your goals. Visualization, it's a mental tool you can use that you can practice seeing yourself doing positive things, or you rehearse what you're doing in your head, or you start thinking about the game or training or whatever you want to visualize. A really good way to do this is you can do this before you go to bed or on the way to games, especially when we have games where we have to travel out of town, or some of you guys live outside of Columbus and you're driving into practice or home games. Use that time to think about the game and think about what you're going to do during the game. So we'll show a little video, a clip of a famous player going through his visualization.
You use the same part of your brain to visualize an action as when performing it for real. So the night before every match, get yourself game ready by mentally rehearsing scenarios you're likely to face. Start by visualizing the pitch, the ground you'll be playing in, when the game is, day or night, the weather, the opposition. Now imagine your team is on the break. Time to run. Control the ball perfectly. But when you visualize, don't watch yourself. See it through your own eyes. Decide how to beat the keeper. Feel a clean connection through the ball, and hear the crowd erupt around you. When you visualize, you're training your brain for when the time comes.
So, goal setting. The danger is not to set your goal too high and fail to reach it. It is to set your goal too low and reach it. George St. Pierre, UFC fighter. So we're gonna go over SMART goals. So the SMART goal setting. So SMART, SMART. The S, is it specific? So what do you want to do? M, is it measurable? How will you know you've reached it? A, is it achievable? Is it in your power to accomplish it? R, realistic. Can you reasonably achieve it? And T, is it timely? When exactly do you want to accomplish it? Blah, blah, blah. Recognize goals, your SMART goals versus goofy goals. So, a couple daily goals. Shoot 25 extra shots after training. Spend 10 minutes stretching before bed. Win every game by 5 goals. Arrive 20 minutes early to practice or to juggle. Some of these goals are smart. Some of these goals make no sense. Short-term goals. Break the Express season scoring record in 3 games. Never get injured during a practice or game. Connect 80% of my passes or improve my left foot juggles by 15 before the season is over. And long-term goals. Earn a starting spot next year. I want to win a bunch of trophies. Work hard every practice, and I want to be named to the all-division team. So take a few moments and think about which ones are smart and which ones are goofy. So recognizing these goals, in the first column, all of them are SMART goals except for winning every game by 5 goals. That is not realistic. It'd be awesome if you did, but it's not realistic. All right, short-term goals: break the CESC season scoring record in 3 games. Never get injured during a game or practice. Okay. Also, not realistic with the CESC season scoring record. The never get injured during a game or practice. Some of that stuff's out of our control. Okay. It's a hope we can have, but it's not always the most realistic. And then long-term goals, I think all of them are pretty, they follow the SMART pattern except for win a bunch of trophies. Let's be a little bit more specific with what we want. Maybe we want to win this trophy and then that trophy, but a bunch of trophies is vague, and vague goals usually have vague steps to achieve those goals. So 10 goal setting tips. Again, you want your goal to be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable. Is it realistic, and can you do it in a timely manner? Keep focused on your process and performance. I think a big one is write down your goals. Write them down. Look at them. Think about what you really want to do. And write a plan or a roadmap with the process goals. So you have your goals written down. Now figure out ways that you can achieve those goals. And use a positive tone. I will connect 8 of 10 passes. So you're focusing on connecting the 8 of the 10, 80%, as opposed to the bad tone or the negative tone, which says don't give the ball away. Because all then you're focused on is the mistake or the stain on the shirt instead of the nice shirt, if that makes any sense. Goal setting tips: make sure you want your goals. Some people will set goals, especially players, that parents want or coaches want. Make sure it's your goal. It's a goal you want to achieve, because you have to do the work and you're going to have to make the sacrifices. Okay? Are your goals achievable and challenging? Don't make goals that are too easy. Don't make goals that are too hard. And share goals with people you trust that will help you stay on your target. So your coaches, your parents, maybe your siblings. And then every once in a while, every few weeks, or if it's a daily goal, maybe after 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, check your goals and adjust them if they're needed. All right. And then I think number 10 is important. Like, celebrate your success. If you've set some goals and you've achieved them, like, give yourself a pat on the back. And then raise the bar. But I think it's important to, when you guys win and do things that are good or achieve things that you've set out to achieve, like, you need to celebrate them. Okay, so major keys, DJ Khaled. I don't know if he's still relevant or not. He was back when we made this, but times change. So successful people set goals and have planned a roadmap to help them achieve their goals. And goals should be written down, checked regularly, and adjusted if needed. Goals need to be challenging but achievable. Okay, so here's what we've got for the next week. What we want you to do now is we want you to think about your goals. So think about some goals you want to make. Think about what you really want to achieve. And then you're going to go to our website, www.columbusexpress.com/forums. It looks like I put 4 W's instead of 3 W's on the presentation. Okay? And then with a parent or on your own, work to fill out this goal sheet. Okay, so that's your goal for next week, is to have this goal sheet filled out, and then start thinking about using this quarantine time, or this time that you have on your own, to accomplish some of these goals. Okay, so again, if you need to go back during any point of this presentation and pause it or re-go over some of the things we went through, you're more than welcome to. I will put a PDF of this presentation on the QWork link, and I'll put this form on the QWork link as well. I hope everybody's staying safe, and good luck. See you guys.